DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, it's Monday, and as you all know by now, I do tags on Monday, and it'll be no exception. Just finished doing Jasmine's tag, and now on to Dave Nicholson's last Saturday 7-question tag. Hi there, Dave, and as usual, I hope you're doing well. And let's get to those questions. Let me see. Question 1. The vlogger's itch already. How do you define success? You know something? I think everybody has their own definition for success. As far as I'm concerned, success is not something that is absolutely measured, in your professional life. I would definitely define success closer to the fact of having a good family life, and being happy within my family life, and that would be pretty much more my way of looking at it. I think it is a good thing, though, nevertheless, if you're being happy with your professional life. It doesn't matter what you call your professional life, but if you every day you go to work and it's a bore and so on, that's a pity. I mean, if you go to work and usually you're pretty happy to go to work, then that's also a success, I guess. Question 2. If someone could tell you the exact day and time that you are going to die, would you want them to tell you? Well, first off, nobody can. But no, I would not want to know. It's not something that actually is for me to know. The day and time of my passing, God only knows. So no, I don't see why. First off, I mean, some people would say, well, you can get ready and so on, and that you will be able to prepare your death that way, something like that. But no, I really don't. No, I don't. I really would not want to know. No. Leave it as a surprise. Question 3. If I could grant you one wish, what would you wish for? A whole bunch of other wishes. That's usually the thing that you're not allowed to wish for, right? If I remember right, in all these genie movies or whatever, you're not allowed to wish for more wishes. If you could grant me one wish, what would you wish for? You know what? I think that I would call it a salvation for my family. No, I think you know what I mean, but in that respect is that I would want my family to be happy, but I'd also like my family all to be Christian believers. Yeah. And that would be the best thing that could happen to them. Yeah. Question 4. What have you read online recently that inspired you? I read online not so long ago, but for my mother-in-law's eulogy, I read the definition, the Hebrew definition of companions, basically words that were used in the Hebrew Bible for companion, as a kenedgo, and it taught me so much in a way that words, can be important. I mean, words can be important because if you mistranslate things at times, you sometimes lose a lot of the substance. That is one of the things when you're learning a language. I'm getting on a tangent here, but very often, it inspires you because you know what's going on eventually in your head, and you're not even able to put it in your own language. Yeah, and that's inspiring when something really talks to your soul. Yeah. Question 5. Why do religions that advocate unity divide humanity? Oh yeah, I forget. Usually there's a question about religions, try to mess things up here. You know, religion is not. Well, I'm a Christian, so, but Christianity is not just. It's not a religion. You know, it's a way of living. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's knowing Christ, knowing Jesus. So religions that advocate unity divide humanity. Well, you know, I think that that's not really surprising, because you can't make everybody equal to you. Everybody's not equal. Everybody is created unique. And if you advocate unity, you're going to force people into a mold that they are not. So any religion that will try to make you all the same, well, won't work. Religion should, you know, the only unity in religion is where you're looking, I would say, in Christian religion. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, I think that sometimes these questions are made to also provoke actually a discussion. It's not always a positive one. Yeah. Question 6. If you could live one day of your life over again, what day would you choose? You know, what I'm going to say is it would be for me, and not, almost going to say not for my wife. When we had our first child, she had to have a cesarean section, so a C-section. But I had the chance to bathe the child, have the child all to my own. In a way, it was such a unique moment when you have your first child in your hands. Now, for my wife that day, once she was back and held the baby, I'm certain she would say the same thing then. But that day, I don't know if she'd want to live it exactly in the same way, put it that way. But I'm talking only about myself now. The birth of a first child is, I mean, all children are great, but the first one, nevertheless, it's the first time, and it is something exceptional. Yeah. That was question 6, wasn't it? And question 7 and last. I'm going through these pretty quickly again today. What can money not buy? Oh, it's another trick question. I guess we're supposed to say happiness, and you know. But actually, if you've got money and you use it correctly, it can buy a lot of things. But it's true that, I mean, you know, you can also have a lot of the same things that we say that you can have with money, you have them without. What can money not buy? Sometimes I think it's satisfaction. You know, if you are without money and you are able to get somehow, you know, scratch or whatever and manage to get what you want, there's a certain type of satisfaction. I know some people say no, it isn't, it's frustration, and I get that. Money on its own cannot give you satisfaction, though, but it can give you pleasure. I mean, there's no doubt about that. What can money not buy? I guess that money can't buy real friendship. Yeah, that's one of the things. Real friendship doesn't need money, and actually, sometimes money, in this case, kind of cheapens it, doesn't it? That's something I'd say. Nevertheless, money can't buy friendship. It can make you have a lot of friends when you got money, but they're not real friends usually. So that's one of the things it can't actually buy. Okay, I guess I'm going to leave it at that. That's it. DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and have a great week, because it's Monday. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you, Dave.